Depending on the tuning that you're running and depending on whether you're running 93 or 91 octane, that's what will get you right up to those maximum 550 and 600 wheel horsepower. Hey everyone, Jake from 80/20 Automotive here. Today we are talking about performance modifications for Audi's 4.0 twin-turbo V8. The 4.0 twin-turbo is an extremely powerful engine and it has a ton of tuning potential because of the twin-turbocharger setup. These engines handle tuning very well and therefore we can make tons of power with just some basic bolt-on modifications. But first there are a couple considerations and things to talk about. We recently did a video on common problems with the 4.0 twin turbo, and because of its hot V design, one of the biggest issues with this engine is heat and the amount of heat that it produces because of the hot V layout. In addition to that, there is one important issue with the turbochargers that can lead to the turbochargers failing and ultimately the engines failing as well. Let's go ahead and talk just briefly about the power limits of this engine. So the 4.0 twin turbo V8 was used in the S6 and S7 as well as in the RS7. The RS7 got larger turbos, which means that it produces more power from the factory, but also that it's capable of producing more power with the same modifications. And so these engines can handle 900 plus wheel horsepower. I'd say the totally safe conservative limit is going to be 700 to 750 wheel horsepower, but you can push into the 800s and even the 900s, and heat's going to be the thing that you have to focus on, not internal components. And so the engines themselves are extremely strong and can handle all the power that you can throw at it, but of course it takes a decent bit of modifications to get there. And one of the biggest limitations is going to be the turbochargers and more importantly fueling. These engines can't run ethanol blends on the stock fueling setup, and so unless you get into fueling upgrades, you're limited to pump gas. If you do an upgraded high pressure fuel pump, then you can run E30 or E40 blends, but to run 100% E85 you're going to need to do the high pressure fuel pump, the low pressure fuel pump, and the fuel injectors. And so running full E85 is very expensive, but it is what unlocks those kind of upper power echelons. And so from a pump gas standpoint, talking about max power limits for the S6 and the S7, you're going to be limited to about 550 wheel horsepower on the stock turbo with pump gas. On the RS7, you're going to be limited to about 600 wheel horsepower on the stock turbos and on pump gas. If you go ahead and do full E85, that can get you an extra 50 plus wheel horsepower on the stock turbo setup, but then those stock turbochargers ultimately become the limiting factor at that point. So with full E85, you're looking at 600 wheel horsepower and then 650 on the RS7s, but running full E85 is very expensive from just a fueling mod standpoint. So in this video, we're going to talk more so about the basic bolt-on modifications that can get you up to that 550 and 600 wheel horsepower mark. The first mod on our list is tuning. Getting an ECU tune is going to be the biggest power adder that you can do, and this can easily add 80 plus wheel horsepower on a completely stock engine. But of course, tuning is really the building block. All of the other modifications help support tuning, but it's important to do more than just tuning to make sure we're maximizing the efficiency of the engine and of the turbochargers here as well. So alongside a tune, the second modification that I would recommend is upgraded downpipes. We need to reduce that back pressure as much as possible so that the turbochargers aren't having to work harder, which therefore creates extra heat. Downpipes are great for reducing back pressure, which frees up turbo spool. It creates less heat and it also unlocks a ton of power. And so downpipes alone are good for anywhere from 15 to 30 wheel horsepower, depending on whether you want to go with a high flow setup or if you're going to go for catless pipes. The third basic bolt-on that we're going to talk about here is an upgraded intake. The purpose here is really just to supply the turbochargers with more air. Because they are going to be trying to produce higher boost pressures, it's helpful to supply them with more air just to let them do it a little bit more efficiently. So you're not going to see huge power gains from adding an intake, but it's definitely something that's important for turbocharger efficiency, and turbocharger efficiency is extremely important because the turbochargers tend to be one of the bigger issues on these engines. And then from there, we have cooling upgrades. These cooling upgrades are going to be less so power adders and more so reliability modifications because we really need to reduce heat as much as possible. The things that you're going to want to do first off is get an upgraded heat exchanger. The heat exchanger will go a long way in helping cool the engine off and make sure the charge air that's passing into the engine is not getting heat soaked. A second modification is adding a larger coolant reservoir. If we use a larger coolant reservoir, we can put more coolant into the engine, and the more coolant that's being circulated, the less hot it's going to get, and so this helps with the thermal capacity of the coolant. So just by adding more of it, we're able to keep the coolant cooler and the engine colder as well. And then the third thing is getting a higher flow coolant pump. If we get a better coolant pump, we can pump this extra coolant throughout the engine more quickly and more efficiently. So that's really our basic mod list. There is these cooling upgrades, downpipes, an intake, and then tuning, of course. Depending on the tuning that you're running and depending on whether you're running 93 or 91 octane, that's what will get you right up to those maximum 550 and 600 wheel horsepower limits that I was talking about earlier. Now, there are a couple things that you could do or go from here. It is common to swap the RS7 turbos onto the S6 and S7 just to be able to get the same additional turbo capacity that the RS7 has. And then from there is where you're gonna have to start looking at turbocharger upgrades to break past those next power levels. And you can continue to do so on pump gas. If you get larger turbo setups, that will allow you to produce more power, but at some point it is worth it to go ahead and just bite the bullet on doing the full fueling upgrade so that you can run 100% E85, because that really unlocks a lot more capacity out of your stock turbos and out of your upgraded turbo setups as well. So if you're looking to push these engines to the extreme, doing the fueling upgrades is definitely worth it. But if you're just looking to add a little bit of power, do some basic bolt-on modifications, it is very expensive to do the injectors in both the fuel pumps, and so that's one of those things, unless you're really looking to push things to the moon, that it's probably best to just be happy with the power that you can produce from tuning and bolt-on modifications. And that really covers it for the modifications on the 4.0 twin turbo V8. These engines are very capable, very responsive to tuning, but we really just have to make sure we're mitigating those heat issues that we talked about. So long as you're doing that, you can push these engines to very high power levels, but of course there is some limit, and usually that is once you start pushing past the 900 plus wheel horsepower limit. The issue becomes it's so hard to reduce the amount of heat that gets produced at those power levels. Ultimately, this is a great engine, and if you do the cooling modifications, you can make these things reliable. Go ahead and delete the turbo oil screens and don't read or listen to all the horror stories that you hear on the internet about these engines failing prematurely. That covers it and wraps it up for our video on performance modifications for the 4.0 twin turbo V8. If you guys appreciate this video, please click the like button, subscribe to our channel, and stay tuned for all our future Audi content.